Hello guys, welcome back to Custom Gamer, the show where we talk about level design while playing cool maps. And this of course is part 3 of Black Mesa Source. Now I didn't actually mention this in previous videos, but this game is absolutely free. You can download it at blackmesasource.com if you haven't got it already, and you can just install it into your source mods folder and it will work just fine. And in the very near future it will actually be released on Steam using their Greenlight program. I don't know when it's going to be released on Steam, but it is coming. So if you don't want to mess around with downloads and installing it manually, you can just wait for the Steam release, and that will also be completely free, I believe.
Man, am I glad to see you. What the hell are these things, man? And why are they wearing science team uniforms?
So I like what they've done with this section of the game actually. In the original Half-Life you got a crowbar much earlier, and it just ended up turning into like a bludgeoning gallery going forward, just killing all these zombies. But what they've done in Black Mesa is they put you entirely at the mercy of the NPC AI, which is brave, but it works for the most part here. I mean, the security guard character practically kills everything for you. You're not entirely defenseless. They do give you flares occasionally, which you can use to burn enemies, which is really nice. Again, it kind of brings Half-Life kicking and screaming into the 21st century, the use of physics objects and interactive environments and things like that. So I do like it overall, although as you'll see in this video, when the NPC wigs out a bit, you're kind of stuck. But we'll get to that as we see it. I mean, even here you can see I'm trying to get the security guard to shoot this zombie and it's just not happening. So it's not entirely bug-free, but for the most part it works just fine.
One down and hell if I know. In my trophy room.
I think if I was going to change one thing about this section, I would have had a couple more flares perhaps. Because there are moments when you're just literally just watching the NPCs shoot the zombies. But, you know, it's fun the first couple of times it happens, but after a while it's like, I want to play the game now. Please. So again, here you can see the difference between Half-Life. There's just generally a lot more environment interactivity. So here, there's that flame in the floor which sets all the zombies on fire as they walk through it. Whereas in the original Half-Life, this was just a corridor where, again, you watch the security guard shoot zombies. I don't know why I couldn't pick up these flares, that's a bit strange. Never mind, let's carry on.
Lead the way, sir.
Seems to have the age-old Half-Life bug of characters just randomly stop following you,
in bad shape.
which is quite annoying. It happens a couple of times.
Ow! This shit is something out of a sci-fi movie. Hey, you be careful in there, Doc.
It's a nice touch that they comment on what you're up to in the game world. Even if it's just something as simple as that. It's nice because the NPC can't follow you in here.
Aim for that head thing. You want some more?
I was waiting for that gas canister to explode there. You notice it caught on fire when I set that zombie alight. But it appears to just burn forever.
Okay, I know what you're doing. You're giving me the silent treatment.
Yeah, it's very funny. Now I was wondering just how many microwave jokes they could put in this game. The answer seems to be quite a few. We've got another one here.
Alright, let's get moving again. Good God.
We'll have to see if there's any more in later stages. But yeah, how much can you milk that joke?
Excuse me. Okay, Doc. Grab what you gotta grab. Don't drop it. Man, did you see that shot? Nobody back home is gonna believe this.
It'd be interesting to find out if this security guard can actually die, because as you'll see later on in the video, he takes a crap ton of damage when he suddenly decides to become a pacifist about halfway through this video. But yeah, because I think, I don't know if I want to say that or not, but I think you need him to get through a door at some point, so I'm guessing he can't actually die. I wonder how many people tried to kill him to get his gun. That'd be another interesting statistic to find out. One thing I would have loved in this section was a button to turn off the fire alarms. Oh my god, that sound has really started to irritate me after a while. So here's where the AI kind of goes a bit funky for a while. It's not so bad here, but it happens again later and it's a bit worse. You notice he's kind of umming and ahhing about whether he actually wants to shoot the horrible zombie coming towards him. Eventually he decides that he does actually want to. A wise decision, I think.
Sorry, Freeman.
You gotta do what you can, you know?
Bring it on. Let me get it away there.
So again, comparing this with the original Half-Life, one thing that I like that they've done here is they actually get Barney to do something after this fight here where he decides not to shoot the zombie. As I do my best to take him out of the desk chair. It's like something out of a comedy movie. But yeah, in the original Half-Life, once you go through that vent into the next room, Barney just kind of stands there doing nothing. In Black Mesa Source, they've done a really good job of making sure the NPCs are always busy when you have to leave them behind. Again, it just increases the sense of immersion and that they're not just a bunch of static NPCs that don't know what to do with themselves after you've left the room. So here you see Barney starts trying to call for help on the radio, which is a completely new sequence.
Admin office upstairs. There's got to be somebody there who can fix this. Come in, anybody. This is Sector C, Anomalous Materials. We have an emergency situation here. I repeat, we have a code red emergency situation here. Possible biocontaminations. Hello? Hello? Is there anybody out there?
Again, it reinforces the story that the whole place has just gone to shit and there's absolutely no one going to come and help you, which is nice.
This is Sector C. Come on, you bastards, pick up! Is anybody reading me? Come in, anybody. Somebody.
I'm not sure what quite happened here in this scene, but in the original Half-Life, as you're seeing here, there's a scientist stuck on the bridge and it collapses and he falls down. In Black Mesa Source, I hear someone scream, but I don't actually see anyone. I don't know whether I'm just blind or there just wasn't a light on him as he fell. Who knows? But yeah, we're not getting out on the same way we came in, that's for sure.
I repeat, we have a code red emergency situation here. Possible biocontaminations.
And finally, we get the iconic weapon. It's a nice way of giving it to you too. Again, it's like it's a blocking mechanism that makes sure you get to the item in order to progress. So you can't actually open the door unless you've get the crowbar from it. So really nice there. If you really want to make sure that the player picks up a weapon, that is how you do it. And again, this area diverges slightly from Half-Life in that there's a giant bloody hole in the wall that you can jump through rather than taking a vent into the next area. In a lot of ways, they've still got exactly the same vent systems as Half-Life, but I'm glad that they've taken some of them out at least. So there were just way too many vents in Half-Life, it was quite annoying. Again, all the scientists are having a bad day. Now this next scene in this room we're about to go into, I grabbed the footage from Half-Life as well because I just thought it was playing better. It was so creepy in Half-Life, seeing the zombie kind of going crazy in his chair in front of the monitor with just the flashing light. I think it was one of the scariest scenes in the original Half-Life for me at least. It's just so creepy. Here, I don't think they've done it as well. I mean, sure there's a flashing light, but it's just, it doesn't have the same vibe to me. You can see the Half-Life 1 footage there. Yeah, that scene just really creeped me out the first time I played this Half-Life. Now this next part is where Black Mesa Source takes its first major diversion from the original Half-Life, in that there's an entire section of a level which is completely new here. In the original Half-Life, you go through this door behind me here, and you get straight into this kind of industrial section where you first fight the Hound Eyes. Now in Black Mesa Source there's a new section of the test lab facility which you have to go through first. And it's really interesting that they added this here. I'm not quite sure why they did this, but it's a decent part of level, I'm not complaining about that. I'm just trying to work out why. Yeah, I'll splice some footage in here so you can see what I'm talking about. So as you can see, we've got more test lab in front of us here, whereas in the original Half-Life you come into this area with the Hound Eyes, which comes much later in Black Mesa Source. It was around here that I started noticing some fairly bad frame rate drops, actually, more than you'd normally associate with capturing footage with fraps. And again, going forwards into the We've Got Hostiles chapter, which comes up later. It'll probably be in another few parts' time, because that's getting fairly ahead of where we are in the video right now. But the frame rate really goes down. And I'm not really sure why. I mean, obviously there's a lot of detail in the maps. I mean, maybe that's it, just the Source engine is just absolutely chock full of stuff in this mod perhaps, and it's struggling a bit as a result. I don't really know. I've never really had any other Source mod that's had this much slowdown, even while frapsing footage. So I'm not quite sure what's causing it there. Just have to make sure he's dead, you know. Don't want to make the classic horror movie mistake of just leaving the body there and assuming. So yeah, I'm still trying to work out why this entire section was added. I mean, from a gameplay point of view, it doesn't really do anything new. It's just kind of more area to explore. And I mean, maybe that's reason enough in itself, but I can't really work out if there's any other reason why. Well, thinking about it now, perhaps the only other reason I could think of is that the transition from Sector C test lab to the industrial facility with the Hound Eyes in Half-Life 1 was rather abrupt. You kind of just exit that door and all of a sudden you're in this kind of new environment, and perhaps that didn't make as much sense when you increase the graphical fidelity this much. So they wanted to make you feel like you're travelling further before the environment changes drastically like that. Incidentally, this section rocked. I love the way the elevator hits the water and you think, okay, that was bad, and then it starts filling with water as well, and you just start panicking. It's great. But yeah, going back to what I was talking about before, that's the only other major reason I could think of for actually adding a whole section like this, is just to help explain the difference in visuals as you go forward. Ninja reflexes there. So you'll notice here is the area you first come into in the original Half-Life. It's just a bit further on this time. Now, I don't know about you, but when an eyeball falls out of someone's head, I just don't expect it to keep on moving like this. it was kind of freaky. And there's the screenshot I put on my Twitter. Oh, whatever it was that ate that guy, it didn't do a very good job of like eating the juicy parts, so we'll just give them back. You know, it's probably first time eating a human, doesn't know which parts are you know, good to eat, so give him a second chance here. I hear the eyeballs are quite a delicacy, so he's missed out there. Apparently barnacles don't like eyeballs, so never mind. And that is it for part 3, guys. I'll see you in part 4.